Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of The Letter. We are watching Zach's movie, and it appears to be, of serious subject matter. But despite that, somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zach was the one who brought it up again. In his own movie's premiere. Now the film's just serving as background noise while we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We'd all get kicked out for sure. Though, with how loud Ash's voice is, we'll probably get thrown out way before any argument happens. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I didn't know any better, I'd think we did something that offended her. Did we?
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know, but geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Good point.
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
Yeah, when we lost consciousness, we saw the ghost's feet, and we were at the bottom of the stairs, so Zach is correct.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
Oh, the house did change hands over the years from one distant relative of the Ermengardes to another. None of them bothered to live in it, though, and it remained that way up until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of that?
I didn't peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
You'd do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
There are very few times in my life when I wish my glowers can kill. This is one of those.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. And can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one, but talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things.
Like how to bless a house.
And probably put your fears to rest, since this looks to be bothering you a lot.
Ash might be right, too. However, what Zach suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me. They're only giving me these suggestions to put my mind at ease, but it's better than being ignored or being laughed at, even though Ash is effectively laughing at us. I can take comfort in knowing they're willing to hear me out.
So, what do you think?
Do I have to make a
It's
choice
your
here?
call. We'll go with whatever you want.
I don't know.
See, here's what I find irritating. As far as I can tell, there's a ghost. And the opening narration said that the house was cursed. So, as much as I want to meet with the professor, I think meeting with the priest might be the better option. But at the same time, is that going to do it? The priest comes by and blesses the house and the ghost is just done? I don't think it's going to be that easy. So maybe I should meet with the professor. You know, this is one of those things that really just bothers me. The priest seems like he would be prepared for ghosts, but the game is not going to end on chapter 1. Ooh, boy. I'll go with priest, but I really don't like the decision.
I'll think about it. But maybe we could go with Zach's idea?
And Ash down, Zach up, correct? No, just Zach up. Unreal. Okay.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least we did something than just stand around.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when he's available, Bella.
Thanks, Zach. I knew I could count on you.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it, yet you're not even paying attention yourselves.
Yeah, I hate that. She is 100% right.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look, even if Ash is the only one she should be reprimanding, but her attention is already back on the screen. She's ignoring us again. When Becca's acting this way... no. When Becca's acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her. Almost like the thing she pretty much directly addressed last installment. We really need to talk. We all fall into a comfortable silence after, the kind only you can share with... Only you? The kind you only can share with people you're most at ease with. No, only I can do it, actually. For the first time today, the letter lays forgotten in my bag, if only for a few hours. I think it'd be lies, wouldn't it? To lay is to put. Like, I watch as I lay the letter in my bag. Oh, nighttime. Or late evening at the very least, but possibly nighttime? Yeah, night has fallen by the time we exit the movie house. Despite the late hour, the streets are still bustling full of people. Those about to head home, those set to meet someone, even those simply wandering about. Walking in this sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxburn. I was afraid, too, at one point back when I was new and had just set foot in this place. Now, with familiar faces walking with me, it feels a little like home. Zach and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed to the other side of the street. The former claiming he's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends. And Ash? Who knows? He never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zach a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's a busy guy too, in spite of the laid-back air he gives off.
Thanks for today, everyone!
No problem, Zach. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Huh?
So that thing's following us. A sensation. Cold, sickening, drowning. My chest tightening. Breathing becoming labored. I don't know if anything's going to come up when I'm with my friends, but I'll do a safety save here. I can taste blood in my mouth. The edges of my vision blur. In the distance, amidst the countless, nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Pleading even as I clench my eyes tight and clasp my hands over my ears. Whispering and whispering and whispering. Calling out.
No, not me.
Somebody?
Isabella? Earth to Isabella?
At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps into place. The murmurs gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me in question.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Oh, yeah. Just... okay. Sorry, I spaced out.
You always do that.
I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street. Where the voice came from, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Nothing. There are only Zach and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked her car. If I'm expecting to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach.
See you guys some other time.
Yeah, see ya!
Another glance, and with the final wave, we go off our own ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And if this is what would help me sleep tonight, what would give me back that normalcy in my life, then so be it. October 22nd. We finally changed the day. The darkness closes around me. Grasping. Pulling. Engulfing me. The ground caves in, and without warning, I'm falling. Whoa. I know she said I'm on an instant noodle diet, but do I really need to just sloppily leave hundreds of instant noodle cups everywhere? Damn. I mean, I have a messy room, but this is a messy room. But we got a sleepy sheepy on the bed. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep all hunched up in the night before. Drenched in sweat, the nests of pillows I often keep around me feels, yes, more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light streaming through my window and allow my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxburn, or at least none I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not the crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone? The knowledge that I'll always wake up in an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to?
What time is it?
Habit forces me to look over at the clock, even with the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. Oh, there's the clock, 5 o'clock. And look at the calendar. It's clearly some month. Yeah. In a heartbeat, I'm up. The game did say it was October, right? But,
Oh man, of all the times to oversleep. Towel? Towel? Where's my towel?
She's got a lot of energy for someone who just woke up. Admittedly, it's the weekend, as an unspoken rule that entitles me to extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened, I mean, oversleeping, but there is no way it's 5 p.m., is it? No way. Oh lord, 1 box of donuts as peace offering won't be enough the second time around. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks out from my bag. There's a moment of indecision at first, my mind conflicted whether I should just ignore or answer it. But what if it's Rose? I mean, you have caller ID, right? Find out. Or worse, our boss. Oh god. I don't want to answer that call, but putting it off is worse. Ah, sheesh. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight of it is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. The caller ID reads Mama, who doesn't have a profile picture, I guess.
Huh?
It's around 4:45 p.m. in the Philippines right now.
That's an unusual time for them to call.
Wow. Very unusual, considering it's apparently only 15 minutes ahead of my time. That's gotta be just general art for the clock. Usually it's around noontime here, and I'm the one calling, not the other way around. Better for them to use that money on something else than an international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather...
Hello?
Hello? Grace? How are you?
Huh, I didn't think it would actually be my mom.
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there?
We're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there's something I could do for her. But from miles away like this, the least I'm able to do is not make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are, Kuya Jordan's already out drinking right now. I'm not sure what that means. Does that... I don't know. Again, I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has a family of her own, and, well... Ate? I mean, that can't be 8, there's no way. Anne's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having run herself knee-deep in debt.
Great! That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. And let him know I'm gonna send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico? Karen? Michael? I hope they're okay?
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach. From the way Mama's voice hitches, she doesn't want to bring it up either.
Grace, Papa's... He's having a little difficulty right now. weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds. But the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well. The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Oh, I see. That's good.
I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. But ever since he was diagnosed with a sickness 5 years ago, he has been unable to provide for us. Because had would mean that that time is over and now he can't provide for us again. Now the burden of feeding 8 mouths and settling Papa's bills all rests on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little, accepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood, it's scarcely enough to cover the costs of day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can't even expect help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers everything.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
Silence. I start to think that the call got cut until...
Listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good. Even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa. And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter. I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Ooh, do not count your chickens before they hatch. Hopefully. Yeah, don't freaking do that. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama. You taught me not to lie, yet look at what I'm doing.
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and EJ's school tuition, too.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
Ah. Kaila Kaui? I hope Kailan. I hope I didn't butcher that. I'm sorry to anybody who can read this fluently. When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the only person asking me that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later and I still can't give them a straight one. I smile though Mama can't see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is, no need to weigh her down with unnecessary concerns. Like spooky ghosts.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the other end. Yeah. The sound of gates opening, the voice of a child, EJ, talking excitedly about his day at school, the tapping of feet on the floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him now that I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you.
I love you. Bye.
It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. Closing my eyes for a moment to take a deep breath and shake away the thoughts beginning to swim inside my head. It's pointless to mull over these things right now.
Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold.
Unfortunately, before I could take a single step away from my phone, it rings again. No doubt Mama forgot to say something. Yep. No doubt. Zero chance it's anything else.
Mama? Did you forget anything?
My name is not Mama!
Excuse you? I'm too young to be your mom. Are you still sleeping? Hold on, never mind that. Get yourself in the office. Hurry!
Office? What about the open house? Oh no. Is it Sir John? Did he hear about yesterday? Am I in trouble? Oh god, oh god, oh god! I'm gonna get yelled at, aren't I? What do I do? I'll buy you an extra box of donuts if...
I got called a noob once. Never. Never again.
No, it's nothing like that. Will you calm down? Get yourself here, alright? I'll tell you everything then.
There's the telltale din of several feet shuffling against the wooden flooring and an indistinct yelling in the background before Rose cuts the connection. That isn't in any way, 2 words, comforting. But it's enough reason for me to hastily discard my phone and finish my shower in record time. Oh, well, here we are. Hey, look on the left, Yin Yang. It's the company that made this game. I make it to our office within 20 minutes of leaving my apartment, completely disheveled and out of breath. A feat, if I take into account my usual travel time. Routine clamor, common to Briar Realty Corporation's Luxborn office, greets me as soon as my foot crosses the threshold. Is that like a little Gundam thing on the far right? Like, kind of? Papers rustling, telephones ringing at sporadic intervals, agents talking at varying volumes, staff moving about, and...
Where the hell is C? Where are my employees?
Oh no. Wait. I don't know if he's my boss, but there's no way in hell this is the guy who called me a noob. There's no damn way. That cannot be.
What the actual fuck, guys? Of all the times to disappear without notice.
Sir John. What the actual fuck, guys? Okay. My boss's words turn muffled as someone else closes the door to his office. Likely the work of our HR manager. That is our boss? You noob! You're a fucking noob! Throughout the past weeks, he's been in a bad mood over a few employees who have failed to report to work. I hear they're still trying to get a hold of them, but to no avail. The result is, half their workload have been shifted to all available staff so as not to lose clients. Oof. Not that I mind the extra work. If anything, it means I'll have more to send to my family back home. Yeah, I suppose this is work on commission, so it's not just more work for nothing. Although the rumors of a branch closure circulating because of this is indeed a bit worrisome. My bag barely touches the top of my table when Rose pulls me aside.
Here, I need you to help me with these papers. If you could also get these signed and photocopied before lunch today, that would be great.
She's got her like, hollow smile on. One after another, she thrusts a bunch of paperwork in my hands without explanation. A page flutters away from the top of the pile, and I lean down to pick it up, my eyes scanning the top of the page as I straighten. A purchase and sale agreement. I was genuinely expecting the letter. Rose simply gestures her thumb in the direction of our visitor lounge when I tilt my head in question. There, seated on the sofa and looking completely out of place in the humbly decorated room, is the same couple from the day before. The Wrights. Something bubbles up in my throat. Their presence in the office can only mean one thing.
They're buying it? We got a deal?
She swats at my hand, tugging her sleeve, although her eyes are alight with something akin to joy. She wants this sale to happen as much as I do, and now that it's here, the deal needs to be closed yet, documents need to be signed still, but the elation is there. Along with a foreboding feeling I can't quite pinpoint.
I had to do a little damage control, but they're already interested in acquiring the property, even before they attended the open house.
Yeah, why? There's gotta be something going on with this. Although then again, it took Luke a bit more to warm up to it. Hannah was just all in immediately.
I mean, isn't it obvious? They already hired an interior designer.
That's true.
I've never seen a buyer as aggressive as Madame Wright. She didn't even try to negotiate a lower rate.
What is going on? Are they connected to the Ermengardes or what?
One at a time, Rose. I can't process everything you're saying at once. What do you mean?
They're paying 15% higher than the listing price, as long as we get the paperwork done as soon as possible.
Whoa.
I think if we allow it, they'll be paying up front, too.
Even with that urban legend?
Especially with, I don't know. Rose nods.
Oh, I was so sure we lost the sale after yesterday.
Don't look so surprised. We still have to conduct some last few checks before we completely hand it over to them.
Please. I'll happily do the paperwork duty, Rose. I'll even go to the land registry myself and make sure the property changes hands with every single legal blessing.
And a priest's blessing. Don't they have better things to spend money on? I'd haggle it down to the lowest possible price if I were in their place, especially with the stories attached to it. Not that my opinion matters one bit here. We're just their agents who are going to receive the hefty commission after all, nothing more. Rose gives me a pat on the shoulder, signaling that she's heading back to them, and an unspoken instruction for me to follow after I'm done. It doesn't take me long to finish what work she left me. In fact, having our boss sign the agreement is the easiest, since it had put him in a better mood to the entire office's relief. Or has put him. Ma'am Hannah calls me over the moment she notices my presence at the lounge door. Okay. She welcomes me with a bright smile. Her movements more open than what one would typically expect from a passing client to have. That reads really weird. I would say smile, comma, her movements, no comma, more open.
Oh, Isabel! How are you feeling? You looked awfully dreadful yesterday.
Isabella, I'm fine now, ma'am. I appreciate your concern.
I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Regardless, I hand them their copy of the agreement.
Wonderful. Your team works unbelievably fast.
Ma'am Hannah skims through each of them with a scrutinizing eye, checking every page for any inconsistencies and errors. Despite the unassuming impression she gives off... Now it's she gives off, even though I called her them before, like I'm playing Deathmark or something. I don't know. She appears fully aware of what to look for in the process contracts like these undergo. It is surprising, to be quite honest. I haven't pegged her for someone who is well versed in these things, yet here she is. She shows some of it to her husband, and he responds with the same passive interest as if he's more than happy to leave everything to her. I can't tell if it's purely because he believes she's capable enough, doesn't care about what they're buying, or he simply finds paperwork tedious. Apparently satisfied with what she's seen, Ma'am Hannah claps her hands together before extending it to us for a shake. Hey, her bangles switch to the other side, or bracelets, whatever. 'Cause, you know, flip the image. Rose and I release the breath we've been holding, both of us more than happy to return the gesture.
That settles it then?
Are you really sure about this property, ma'am?
What the hell, Isabel?
We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
How are you gonna... Really? Something not haunted, perhaps? I mean, like, how are you gonna argue with the client about selling your property? Rose shoots me a warning glance that clearly says, don't make a scene, we're almost there.
Of course, why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling?
A helipad would still be a nice addition.
Jeez.
Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love. As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have bought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it.
Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am.
Within a week, I hope. We still have a housewarming party to plan after all. You know how much thought should be put into those things.
She's really just moving right along.
There are servants for that, darling.
Love, wouldn't it be better if we handled it ourselves? A personal touch of sorts.
The story was updated twice, though? Unexpected call. Okay. Oh, is it profiles? That's what it is? No? Alright, well.
It is our housewarming party and our new home.
No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us.
Excellent. Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, and before we forget...
She discreetly folds something into both of our hands and winks, a finger raised to her lips demanding our silence. Oh yeah?
I know both of you worked hard on getting us this beautiful mansion.
Damn.
Did I mention we reward our people generously?
You know, she did show that she had, like, a bit of a temper in an earlier installment. I get the feeling she has really high highs and really low lows. Like, this seems like the person you do not want to piss off.
But this is... Ma'am, I can't accept this.
Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us. Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
That's amazing, because this means we're getting a bonus and we're getting a bonus. She smiles sweetly like this is simply the most normal thing to do in the world.
Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plans as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house. You can do that, yes? Here's her contact.
Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible.
I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that. Transaction over and done with. My mind's still reeling even after they've left. Other agents would kill to have clients like them. A part of me feels lucky about the fact. No lengthy negotiations, no sudden change of minds. Just talk, signature, a few handshakes here and there, and we're done. This is like the smoothest thing ever. The other part? A second ago, we sold a haunted property to 2 innocent, well, we'll see, clients. Sure, the commission's big. Big enough to continue funding Papa's treatment and hospitalization. Big enough to pay for all 4 of my younger siblings' schooling. Heck, it'll keep me away from instant noodle diet for months. I don't have to go back to the mansion as well once the deal's been closed, much to my sanity's relief. Yeah, but we're gonna hear messages in our head, aren't we? But knowing that something's in there, and we gave it to the good couple despite that? Oh, Isabella, the things you do to sell a house and get money. Papa won't be happy with that. At least I have good news to tell next time I call home. The little lie I told Mama this morning isn't the lie anymore. Yeah, I really wasn't sure that would happen.
Well, there's something. So how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Your first big multi-million-pound sale, silly. I know you've been with us for years, but this has got to be memorable for you.
Memorable is an understatement, Rose.
Come on, show some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus, too. Aside from the commission and the other bonus boss promised. What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know. Send it home, probably?
All of it?
Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses.
Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have told you before we ended your training.
She slings an arm over my shoulders and leans in closer to my ear, as though she's about to share a big secret.
It's okay to celebrate from time to time.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Go out, do something for yourself. Throw a party and treat your friends to free food. Didn't you say the last one's some sort of tradition back at home for you? Hello, this is practically a done deal.
Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive?
Your call. I won't say no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice too, thank you very much.
We're asking if throwing a party is excessive when we have enough money to pay hospital bills, 4 kids' education, and our own food for months. A party is excessive? It's not a freaking wedding, it's hanging out with friends.
I don't think my apartment's big enough for that.
You could always move? Bloody hell, you're working in real estate.
I think I'll pass. That's too much of an unnecessary expense for me.
I mean, I'm frugal, but like, this is apparently an insane amount of money.
But I did promise Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well.
You go do that. Hold on a sec.
She quickly removes herself from me to answer the phone on her desk. Her tone shifts from playful to professional in the span of a few seconds.
Today? Not a problem, ma'am. I could bring you a copy of the contract if...
Must be another client. Nothing surprising there, she's one of BRC's top agents no matter how modest she appears. A saleswoman through and through. I, on the other hand, have very little knack for it. Of course I learned eventually, I had to, but someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. I mean, I just tried talking my clients out of buying their damn house that I'm selling them. Once, though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me a story of what could have been. Years ago, wide-eyed, young, and brimming with yet-to-be-fulfilled dreams and ambitions, she was a term or 2 away from a nursing degree. Out of courtesy, I never pressed on the matter further, but perhaps it's where the sense of fondness started. A small connection due to one's similar experience in our respective lives, of goals we both let pass us by because of the circumstances we're in.
I'd be happy to discuss this over tea, ma'am. All right, I'll be there. Thank you.
New client?
Reassigned. Have you heard from Mark at all?
Not since the first visit to the mansion. Why? No news from the HR yet?
None at all. Boss thinks he ran away. I doubt it, though. He's too much of a wimp for that. There must be another reason. Who knows? Anyway, I've got to meet this one. I'll see you later.
She throws a wave over her shoulder as she rushes out of the office. Well, I guess that takes care of the sale. Or just about the last-minute touches. This is looking pretty good, but for now it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We watched Zach's movie. I guess we enjoyed it. Although, a little bit of discomfort with Becca. We'll see what's nagging at her, even though I suspect I know already. And it looks like we closed our sale. Boy oh boy is our boss going to be happy. We got a bonus, and we're probably going to get another bonus. The good news is that nothing's going to go wrong. The house is gone, we are out of the picture, and this is no longer a horror VN, I guess. Congratulations, we beat the game. Or maybe not. Guess we'll find out. Until next time, everyone.